Last night, Ricky Romero baffled the Rays' bats, escaping from big-time scoring opportunities. Tonight, Evan Longoria and rookie Desmond Jennings look to provide some run support for Wago G and wake up the Rays' offense. Game 2 versus Toronto next on Sun Sports. Tonight, the road trip over the homestand, 2 games in, and the Rays are a half game in front of the Toronto Blue Jays in the American League's Eastern Division, trying to hold off this surging Baltimore ball or this surging Toronto Ball Club. That is our American League East standings, brought to you by New Degree Men Everest. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. I think Todd Callis will be along in just a few moments for Game 2 of this series. You know, a loss last night was more of the same. Offensively, the Rays just 3 hits, 1 hit, the home run by Desmond Jennings until the 9th inning. And as difficult as it is for the Rays home and away offensively, I think it's more troublesome when you look at their numbers in run-scoring situations.
Yeah, I mean, the Rays have struggled to score runs, especially here at home, well documented. But look at the ranks, Major League Baseball, in some pretty significant categories. The batting average at home, but how about the runners in scoring position? All right at the bottom of the barrel. And you know, there's a couple of reasons why that play into this. First of all, it's your approach at the plate in these kind of situations. What are you doing? Are you trying to accomplish a goal? That will lead to bad numbers if your approach isn't good. Also, too many strikeouts. Too many strikeouts. The only way that you can consistently get out of the tight situations, especially like we saw last night, is to be able to strike hitters out. Too many strikeouts in this lineup. And also, once these numbers start to build on themselves, you start to press. You start to put too much pressure on yourself. And now when you get into these situations, instead of thinking positively, you're already thinking, how are we going to screw this one up? So self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, in those situations, they cry out to at least put the ball into play, and too often the Rays have not been able to do that. Speaking of crying out, it's been a long wait for James Shields coming off his worst outing of the year. He could not wait to get back to the mound.
Yeah, and on his 7th day, 6 days of rest, James Shields coming off his worst start of the year, gave up 10 runs in 4 innings. And, you know, if you go back, his last 6 starts, a 1-5 record. So results-wise have not been very good for James Shields. He needs to get back to the basics, which is pound the zone early and then use the curveball and the changeup to get chases late. That's exactly what he did in his last start against his Blue Jay ball club in April up in Toronto. It was a 4-hit shutout, 7 strikeouts. That's what he needs to get back to.
And our Coventry Healthcare pitching matchup, Shields looking for win number 10 tonight. He comes in 9-9 with a 3.03 earned run average. Carlos Villanueva on the hill for the Toronto Blue Jays, converting from the bullpen to a starter. This will be his 13th start, his 26th appearance overall for the Toronto Blue Jays. Well, it's James Shields on the mound, rested and ready a long time, and Todd Callis will investigate this lengthy layoff in this 6-man rotation.
Rays in 108 games in the books, 54 to go. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game series between the Jays and the Rays. James Shields on the mound for the Rays. Thank you, Kelly Shabak. Appreciate that. As he is working for the first time since 1 week ago on Wednesday, our Autoway text poll question asks about what do you think with the Rays going with this 6-man rotation? Do you like it, TB1, because it gives some guys some rest? TB2, don't like it because it's too much downtime between starts. TB3, too early to tell. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. I think I know how James Shields would vote after you listen to our Geico quote of the game about stewing for the last week after a disappointing start in Oakland.
We're not used to having 7 days off. There's no doubt. As a starter, I definitely don't want 7 days off. But it's what we had to deal with right now, and we're going to move forward. I've had 6 or 7 days to reflect on what I did last game, but I've been itching to get back out there since the next day. But no, I'm ready to go. I had a good bullpen session with Hickey, and we're ready to go.
Last time Shields pitched was a website Wednesday, so here we go again. You can log on to foxsportsflorida.com, click on Game Connect, and then go to Ask the Broadcast. And if you have any questions about baseball, what's happening in New York, or anything else, just log on and ask away. Those two guys, the very astute combination of Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson, will be on hand to answer all of your questions. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. That's how far away we are from the first pitch tonight between the Toronto Blue Jays and the Tampa Bay Rays. All the action with Dwayne and BA coming up in high definition. Enjoy, everyone.
Moving forward by AT&T, by Autoway. Autoway is part of AutoNation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. And by Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. Rays and the Blue Jays tonight. Game 2 of this 3-game series. Toronto taking the first game last night by a count of 3-1. James Shields on the hill for the Rays, and the first pitch of this game is a strike call to Yunel Escobar.
Well, James Shields, you're not kidding. He was eager to get back out on the mound. Couldn't even get his numbers up. 23rd start of the year, leads all of baseball with 7 complete games. And here's pitch number 2.
And it's fouled right back over the screen, 0-2.
Yeah, he's coming off his worst start of the year by far. 4 innings, 12 hits, 10 earned runs to the Oakland Athletics. And was very, very eager to get back out on the mound against the Toronto Blue Jay club that he shut out earlier in the year.
tap to third. Scoop by Longoria, and the throw to first arrives in plenty of time. So Escobar, the leadoff man, is out of there. He's followed by Colby Rasmus and then Jose Bautista, the major's leading home run hitter. Adam Lynn, Edwin Encarnacion, and Eric Thames down the middle. Aaron Hill is at second. Travis Snyder in left, and J.P. Arancibia again behind the plate, hitting ninth. Rasmus lifts a high fly ball, center field. Room for this one on the track. The catch is made. 2 gone.
Well, let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Sean Rodriguez, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. Robinson Chirinos will be catching James Shields tonight.
So 2 up, 2 down. And now it's Jose Bautista. There's John Farrell, the manager of the Toronto Ball Club in his first year as a skipper. Bautista takes the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Bautista homered in his second at bat last night. He's gone 14 games without a home run until he connected in last night's game. Tap, that's a foul ball. 1-2.
Well, here's the home run from last night, a pitch that previous at bat, David Price had struck Jose Bautista out on a fastball, elevated out over the plate. This one not quite to the same spot, and Bautista made him pay.
Yeah, that strikeout, the pitch was up so much that even Bautista could not get on top of it. But he gave the next one for a ride, and he leads the home run derby by 1 over Mark Teixeira of the Yankees, who has 31. And now the count is full. 2 outs, bases empty. And a fly ball into left. Jennings is there and makes the catch to retire the side. We go to the bottom half of the first. No score.
Via secondary audio programming, SAP if you will, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Rays will have Desmond Jennings to lead off tonight, followed by Johnny Damon, the DH, and Evan Longoria down the middle, and Ben Zobrist sitting cleanup. Casey Kochman follows. Then the Rays center fielder, followed by Matt Joyce. Shortstop is Sean Rodriguez, and Robinson Chirinos will do the catching and hit ninth. Desmond swings and misses out in front, an opening changeup from Villanueva.
Villanueva making his 13th start of the season, making that transition from the bullpen. 6-2 record, 3.60 with the earned run average.
Count is a ball and a strike.
Villanueva came into the starting rotation on May the 23rd. He's made 12 starts since then. 5-2, 4.33 as a starter. A little over a hit an inning.
A little tap foul, and the count is 1-2. And that opening changeup thrown to Jennings had a purpose because he's been hurt a lot on the first pitches of counts, and so he's in there with a changeup to start Jennings. Looper up the right side, that's going to be foul, and the count is 1-2. The opposition hitting just .240 off the Toronto right-hander, but over .370 to start an at bat. So he starts Jennings with the change. A little roller to second, bobbled by Hill. Jennings hustling down the line, and they still get him.
They put some pressure on the defense. Hill able to recover and make that play. And let's look at the rest of the Blue Jay defense as it lines up behind Villanueva, left to right in the outfield. Travis Snyder, Colby Rasmus, and Eric Thames. Across the infield, third to first, Jose Bautista, Yunel Escobar, Aaron Hill, and Adam Lynn. JP Arancibia again behind the plate.
Well, there's Johnny Damon out of the second spot. He takes the pitch wide. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Pitch in on Damon, and he pops it up foul. The first baseman, Glenn, is there to make the catch. So a ground ball and a pop foul, 2 up, 2 down. And now Evan Longoria. With that .229 average, 53 runs batted in. The pitch is a strike. Longoria 0 for 4 last night. Joe Madden zeroed in on the 11th pitch at bat he had in the 9th inning. The Rays tried to battle their way back, only to fall short, leaving a couple men on base, and a 3-1 decision. Two strikes the count. A little wide. A ball, 2 strikes. The Rays coming in at 56 and 52. Toronto at 56 and 53. The Blue Jays have won 5 of their last 6 to move to within a half game of the 3rd place Rays.
John Farrell has this ball club playing extremely well, and I guarantee you they're looking at the Rays as a target. They would like nothing more than to leave here, leave St. Petersburg, and be ahead, of the Rays, and they are within striking distance, half a game.
Pitch down, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
John Farrell, and they're trying to rebuild this organization, get this franchise back to where it was a while back, and you start one step at a time. You got the Yankees to deal with, the Red Sox, the Rays.
Longoria shoots it to second, caught by Hill. 1, 2, 3 go the Rays. On to the second, no score.
As we head into the top of the second inning, scoreless, introducing Fox Sports Game Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. Log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Rays games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on foxsportsflorida.com.
Adam Lynn leads off the second here and fouls the first pitch. Pitch coming in on him. It's 1 strike the count. Toronto up and down 1, 2, 3 in the first, and the Rays down in order in the bottom of the first. The pitch is strike 2.
And that was a high quality curveball there by James Shields. That good camera angle. You see the ball out of the hand. It's off the plate. Just drop it right on the outside corner.
A high fly ball off the fastball back into center. A lot of room. And that ball is out number 1.
And BJ doing the deke, not nearly as convincing as Curtis Granderson, who was legit with the hands out. BJ's been out there too long. He knows where those balls are going to end up.
Well, here's Edwin Encarnacion, the DH, stepping in. The 271 on the year. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Encarnacion was on base 3 times in last night's game and hits a ground ball to short. Picked up nicely right there by Rodriguez, and the throw to Casey Kochman at first in time. 2 gone.
Well, this weekend, Friday, August the 5th through Sunday, August the 7th, the Rays Wives and Waste Management will be holding a backpack and school supplies drive at Tropicana Field. Please bring these items to the Waste Management Bagster collection points inside gates 1 and 5. All items collected will be donated to the Pace Center for Girls. Fans who donate items will be registered to win Rays prizes and tickets. Fabulous prizes.
Eric Thames, the pitch to him is inside. Here is a good-looking young hitter. It's fun to watch him in batting practice. 2-0. He's one of those guys, when he makes contact, the ball really jumps off his bat. This one is foul back. 2-1.
So when you introduced him as Eric Thames, was there any particular reason you were staring at me?
No. None.
Okay.
Just being friendly. 3-1 the count now.
I thought that we got that out of the way earlier.
But being friendly?
Being friendly.
Or beyond that? The foul ball right back into the screen, and the count goes to 3-2. A little bit low. Thames draws the walk.
Wow, boy, I'll tell you. And yeah, James Shields asking right there, Adrian Johnson, where is that pitch? That looked like a good pitch. It didn't look down, and it didn't look like it missed the plate. I'll tell you what.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I mean, that did. It looked good right out of the hand. That ball's not down, and it was over the plate. That was just a missed call.
Aaron Hill. The pitch is too low this time. A little cutter that darted that way. Yeah, that was a good pitch. But the walk puts the runner at first. Thames aboard over there. Ball 2. 2-0. And another one that's down.
You could see James Shields in the early going here really concentrating on the ball down in the zone. That is what hurt him in Oakland. A lot of pitches were elevated. Oakland hitters did not miss many mistakes, and that's what put up the ugly line against James, really trying to keep the ball down.
Picks up a strike. fastball right there. It's 3-1. Got 10 runs in 4 innings on 12 hits. A couple of home runs out in Oakland. It's on the 27th. The pitch is foul out of play. They take the count all the way out, 3-2. Boston with a couple runs in the bottom of the first inning against the Indians. Carrasco and Wakefield, the matchup right there. It's 2-0 Boston so far. Thames will be off. Pitch is foul. So we'll do it again. David Ortiz had a 2-run double in the first, and he's been struggling a little bit for the last 2 or 3 weeks. He's hitting down around 220 or so in that stretch. But a double to put Boston out in front tonight. Three-2 again, and it's fouled one more time. Right back into the screen. It's line foul and toward the bullpen. Now, there are some hitters in this lineup with some pretty good history against Shields. Bill has collected his share of hits. He's extending this at bat.
And he's 9 hits total against Shields, but almost half of 4 home runs.
Yep.
Some damage. Adam Lynn, 5 home runs off Shields.
There goes again, and the pitch is popped into shallow right toward the line. Angling out Zobrist. That ball's going to be foul. So the Rays had Zobrist the closest to it of the 3. Joyce and Kochman also trying to catch up to it. It's a foul ball, and another 3-2 pitch will be made.
Yeah, and 2 things on that play right there. Casey Kochman, the ball directly over his head. Those are the toughest pop-ups to go back on, number 1. And number 2, the one chink in Casey Kochman's armor, he's not fleet of foot. I mean, he's got a tremendous glove, good approach at the plate, but as far as running goes, he'll give you great effort, but just not that fast. And so that ball up over his head, you thought, man, maybe he should have got to it. Just couldn't get there.
At first, James back in. Ground ball foul one more time, this time third base side.
And Aaron
10
Hill's,
pitches right now.
And a lot of the last 5, 6 of them. A lot of fastballs, a couple of changeups. Hill's been able to spoil them all.
Three-two, and it's just inside for ball 4. So the 11 pitch at bat. Hill heads to first.
Boy, there's nothing worse than battling a guy for 10, 11, 12 pitches and then losing him on a walk. And this is a changeup just off the plate.
Well, look at that. There's 11 pitches. 8 of those were strikes.
Yeah, he clustered them right in that zone. But you got to give credit to Aaron Hill for fighting a lot of those pitches off and being able to work that walk.
Now it's Travis Snyder. Back-to-back bases on balls. The pitch is down, a breaking ball to start him.
Well, you can see right here a little miscommunication right there. The first runner that got out to second base, Thames. Chirinos, obviously when a runner gets on second base because they're looking right in at home plate, you change up your signs. You go with a different set, and right there, Shields and Chirino's first time working together, not on the same page.
With 2 outs, 2 walks, and the Blue Jays have the first threat of the game. Fastball is fouled back, 1-1. The other downside to this, Shields, even if he gets out of it, he will have made a minimum of 14 extra pitches in this inning. That's what that missed call on the 3-2 pitch to Thames does.
Yeah, and these two need to figure it out here in a hurry. But you're right. I mean, that's why I say, you battle a guy for 11 pitches. First of all, you don't want any of that to go that deep. But if it does, get him out. They end up working a walk out of that, and it's like, wow, all that, you use up over 10% of your, number of pitches for the game on one guy and lose it.
And there's a strike, breaking ball that drops in, and now it's 1-2. And these extra pitches really amount to another full inning.
Absolutely, it shortens your outing.
So there's a direct effect upon the game, whether they score or not. It's a direct effect.
And a heavy workload early in the game.
And this one misses, another curveball.
Yeah, and you know what? Chirino, the couple of curveballs that have stayed up in the zone for strikes, he's been fine with. The couple of curveballs that have been at the bottom of the strike zone or below has not looked very comfortable receiving that pitch.
2-2, here we go. And strike 3 call. That retires the side. No runs, 2 left, a long inning. No score through an inning and a half.
Second inning, zeros across the board. In tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
Well, there's Ben Zobrist, the Rays cleanup hitter. Been playing second base tonight. Carlos Villanueva's first pitch, and it's low and inside. A ball, no strikes. Villanueva's number is pretty good when you look at the number of walks and innings pitched. 26 walks in 96 innings now. That's a strike. 2-1, and he's been particularly effective throwing that changeup, getting strikes with that pitch. and his slider. Now it's a 3-1 count. Interestingly enough, he's got fewer strikes with the fastball, with his four-seamer.
Well, you can see that Villanueva is not overpowering, so he can't afford the walks.
And that's a strike. 3-2.
You see how good that changeup is. That fastball in the 86 to 88 range. Then he drops that changeup, keeps the good arm action on it. That's what sells that pitch.
And there's a drive, high and deep, and gone. Home run for Ben Zobrist. His 15th home run of the year. And the Rays take an early lead. A 3-2 pitch. And Zobrist put a good swing on that one.
Well, he got a good look at the 3-1 changeup and then gets another one here, 3-2. Keeps his hands back, gets a ball that's out over the plate elevator. Look at the hands stay back, and then boom, explode through the baseball with that level swing. You get the good backspin, the good carry, and the lead.
Here's Casey Kochman. He takes a pitch high, so the Rays grab the lead tonight. A solo home run by Zobrist. Ball in there for a strike. Yeah, that was a changeup he threw for a strike that maybe he wishes he hadn't thrown for a strike. But a 3-2 pitch, and Zobrist was right on it. Fastball is up, 2-1. Pitch. That's called a strike. 2-2. Zobrist hit 3 home runs on the last road trip, and now 1 here tonight.
Extra base hitting machine this year.
Kochman lifts it into right center, got a chance to drop, but coming over from right is Thames, and he makes the grab on the run. Kochman made a bid to drop it into right center, but Thames denied him a base hit.
Yeah, Kochman flips that ball out there in right center, and Thames running a long way for this. Look at the eyes. Eyes never leaving that baseball. The stretch at the end, and the nice play.
So that's the first out of the inning. With a run on the homer. Rays center fielder hitting 6th and a ground ball base hit in the hole between short and third. Came off the fastball, first pitch fastball.
Now this is just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite taste greatness moment later in tonight's game.
With 1 out. Matt Joyce, the Rays right fielder, hitting 7th. And he takes the pitch for a strike. Matt made the final out last night when he had the green light, 3-0. Thought he had a pitch that he could hit. He popped it into left field. Snyder made the catch out there to close out that Toronto victory. Rays leaving 2 men aboard. And a ground ball off the glove of Hill into center field. Rays are going to get first and third out of this. A sharply hit ball off the bat of Joyce. Hill had Joyce shaded a little bit to the right and had that deflect off his glove. Back-to-back base hits, first and third with 1 out.
Well, the ball was hit hard off the glove of Hill, and BJ's got a front row seat for it. He sees that ball bound out into shallow center field and nobody around. He's going to take third base. Right now, you get the feeling, too, Villanueva not overpowering, a lot of pitches out over the plate. Ray's getting some pretty good swings here early on.
Well, there's Sean Rodriguez. This could be a big at-bat in this game right here. Coming early. Breaking ball, and he takes that low and away. 1 ball, no strikes. And for Rodriguez, his job right here is to make Villanueva throw him a strike and give him a chance to get a fastball. Give himself a chance to get a good fastball to hit.
He wants to get something elevated and get it to the outfield.
Now he's going to bunt the ball, but he takes it in.
And that's that play that the Rays love so much. Haven't seen it recently, but the first and third, 1 out. They try to lay that bunt down, steal a run. That's one way to do it, but if you're going to swing the bat, you want to stay away from chasing balls down in the zone. Because Villanueva wants you to hit into a double play, get out of this inning. You want to get something elevated and get it out into the outfield.
Nothing out of that. Runners first and third.
Nope, except for 2 or 3 seconds of our life we can't get back.
So 2-0 the count to Sean Rodriguez. He's really in a spot to make Villanueva come to him now. Joyce back in at first. The pitch is down. They do him a fastball, but low. So Rodriguez with some patience up there, ahead 3-0 in the count. And a strike. 3-1. But does throw quite a few fly balls. 3-1 the count, and now Rodriguez puts down the bunt. Runner coming down the line from third in the play. Throw over the head of Aaron Sebia. Run is home. Joyce will go to third. Rodriguez is aboard, and the Rays pick up their second run. Joyce all the way to third as Rodriguez put down the bunt.
Well, that play right there, you force the defense to have to make a spectacular play to get the runner at home. If not, they got to take the out at first. And here's Villanueva, sees it in plenty of time, and he's going to try to shovel. They got a chance, but he just scoops that ball over the head of Aaron Sebia, over the head of home plate umpire Adrian Johnson. You see what he tried to do is he tried to shovel it hard because he's trying to get that ball as quick as he can to get BJ up then, and he just got too far underneath it, threw it right to the backstop.
So the Rays take a 2-0 lead. So Rodriguez will get a run batted in for that. They scored an error to Villanueva, but that's hard to do. They're gonna give him an RBI and give the error to Villanueva, allowing Joyce to go to third. Now here's Chirinos, and he takes the pitch outside and low. 1 ball, no strikes. So the Rays with 2 runs home. That could be a sacrifice, a fielder's choice, an RBI, and they're going to give him an error, the pitcher the error, allowing Joyce to go over to third. So it's a sacrifice and the RBI for Sean Rodriguez. There goes Rodriguez, and the bunt put down by Chirinos. He's going to score. Who's going to cover first? Not in time, as Lynn tried to get the ball to Hill. Joyce crosses the plate. Rodriguez moves up to second, and the Rays have the Toronto defense moving all about that infield, and this time too late.
Well, I guess whatever it takes to score runs, and the Blue Jays have yet to figure this out. They can't even take it out. Right here, nobody there. Chirinos hustling down the line, beats it. Lind a little hesitation there, then turned to flip to Aaron Hill. Too late.
Chirinos will pick up a run batted in. Here's Desmond Jennings. And the pitch is a strike. Rays with a 3-run second inning. And a bunt again, this down the third base line. That's going to roll, and it's fair. And Jennings puts down a bunt. There's a base hit. The Rays playing small ball, and we do mean small ball here, but they've got a big inning going.
Really small ball, but you know what? Toronto can do nothing about it. Now you got runners on first and second, and right here, a perfectly placed bunt there by Desmond Jennings. Right up the third base line, and we've seen if they're rolling true up that line, they're going to stay true. That's exactly what it did. John Farrell not happy at all. He's being dinked and dunked to death.
Well, the bases are loaded. A couple of bunts here by Chirinos and Jennings. The Rays have 5 hits, and here's Damon. And the pitch is a strike. Well, this has been a nemesis for the Rays, loading the bases.
I've got a good feeling about tonight. The way this is going with the bunts, the plays Toronto cannot make, the execution of the bunts.
The Rays found a good thing and stayed with it. Damon lifts it into center field. Rasmus there to make the catch. Tagged by Rodriguez. He will score, and there's no play on him. The Rays score their 4th run of this inning.
Boy, not even an attempt there by Rasmus. That ball not that deep. Just from the center field camera, just to the right of the burst out there in medium deep center field, and there was not even an attempt to even a bluff of a throw.
The home run by Zobrist started it. Rodriguez put down a sacrifice on the bunt. Chirinos put down a bunt, got a base hit. Jennings put down a bunt, got a base hit. It's Longoria with runners at first and second, and the pitch taken high. It's 1-0. Pitch upstairs. 2-0. The Rays with a 4-run inning. Longoria, who ended the first with a line drive to second, up here again in the second inning. Villanueva delivers, and it's pop foul back out of play.
You know, a little bit of irony here at play, Dwayne, is the fact that the Rays offense has been much more productive when they don't swing the bats.
That is ironic. A couple of full cuts and a few bunts, and you've got a big rally. The breaking ball swung on and missed. Now it's 2-2. A 2-2 count. This is the 10th time the Rays have batted around this year. With Longoria, the 9th man, to come to the plate. They got a little piece of that one and fouls it at the feet of the plate umpire, Adrian Johnson.
Talk about a heavy workload. A lot of pitches here early. That will gas a pitcher quickly.
30 in this inning. Shields made 27 in the top half of this inning. High fly ball to center field. Cut off a fastball, and Rasmus is waiting to make the catch. Side retired, but the Rays put up a 4 spot. The home run by Zobrist started it. The Rays pulled out the bunt on their way to a 5-hit, 4-run inning and a 4-0 lead.
Head to the 3rd inning. We encourage you to go to foxsportsflorida.com and click on Game Connect to ask your question of the booth. And there you see our latest question. It comes to us from Tom. He wants to know, do you think that the Rays would use a 6-man rotation if they're right in the middle of the race as opposed to 10 or 11 games out as they are right now, gentlemen?
Aaron Sebia, and the first pitch to him is a strike call. Well, my answer to that is yes. I think they would have.
And an aggressive yes right there. I just got a hand flying in front of my face.
No, I just to emphasize the point.
Yes.
That I think they would have done that if they were a couple of games out. I mean, what happens, you find yourself in a situation, and this is what happened with the Rays, where they had some people go to the disabled list. High fly ball to left. Jennings back to the track, reaching for the wall, and that carries out of here. J.P. Aaron Sebia, who struck out 4 times last night, hits his 18th home run of the year, and boy, he has taken to that number 9 spot when it comes to power number.
Yes, he has. Now his 10th game down there. That is his 6th home run out of that spot in the order. Here he gets a ball down and in. That's like what you see from the left-handed hitters. Just drop the bat head. You see the lift, and he got just enough. That ball dropping on the other side of the wall. Well, Aaron Sebia continues that hot hitting out of the 9-hole.
And we talked earlier about what some of these hitters have put together in terms of lifetime at-bats against Shields. There's a strike to Escobar, and Aaron Sebia is one of them. He had only 5 at-bats, now 6. He's 3 out of 6 with 2 home runs off Shields. The pitch is low, 1-1. You know, on that 6-man rotation topic, you know, if you get a guy who's maybe on the disabled list but has pitched well, bouncer down to short. Rodriguez makes the play, and that's the first out. That's the reason, one of the reasons the Rays have a six-man rotation right now is they feel they have six arms that warrant being in the rotation, notwithstanding what Earl Weaver said back in the early 70s when the five-man rotation became fashionable. You know, it was a four-man, and there were a lot of people who didn't like the idea of a five-man rotation. And Weaver was pretty practical. He said, hey, it's easier to find four starters than it is five. And so that's why he liked the four-man rotation. But if you've got five able starters, and that's what happened with the five-man rotation, the Dodgers had five guys who could start and win games, and they went to the five-man rotation. Pitch is lined into right by Rasmus, caught by Joyce. You know, they had Don Sutton, Claude Osteen, Bill Singer, and Al Downing, and Tommy John. Well, those are five good pitchers. And so they had the same conversation then about going from a four-man to a five-man as people are starting to have now, going from a five-man to a six-man. People were saying that's impossible. The guys aren't going to be as sharp. They're going to suffer. Their command will suffer and so forth. And there's no question some guys like it, and most guys probably don't.
But just when does it become diminishing returns? I mean, at what point can you stretch it out to where you're getting ineffective starts? And you know, another thing, if you are going to do that, and that's fine. If I'm answering the question, I say, can the Rays do it, or would they do it? I don't know. They can do it. They can do it because of Alex Cobb.
That's right.
And his emergence. So it can be done. Now, is it good for the staff overall? From a mental, you know, aspect of it, from staying sharp, all of that. You know, that's where you have to ask that question, and it's individual. A lot of it's individualized. You know, we broke down the numbers in the pregame show. Shields, you know, with the extra rest, has not been good at all. You know, David Price with the extra rest has been, his numbers are much better than with less rest. So, you know, it becomes one of those things where if you're going to move from a 4 to a 5, everybody did it. Everybody, that's how the minor leagues were worked, and now everybody, that's the standard. Now, if you're going to go from 5 to 6, you got to start to incorporate that down in the minor leagues, because it changes your whole routine on how you can go about your work in between starts.
Yeah.
It changes the whole thing. I mean, you're used to a set. Baseball is routine. There's a set routine, whether you're the third baseman, whether you're a starting pitcher, relief pitcher, there's a routine. And if it's constantly being jogged, sometimes that is not good.
Well, you have to make a commitment to it one way or the other.
Right.
And if you're going to be in and out and then back to a six-man, maybe not, maybe a five-man, then that's going to be a problem. You know, the Rays not the only team to have done this. 3-2 pitch to Bautista, really skied. High pop-up out there, and Rodriguez stays with it and makes the catch to retire the side. A run on the home run, and the Rays lead 4-1. Baseball brought to you by your local Southern Ford dealers. On Friday, our world becomes their planet. Rise of the Planet of the Apes. And by Checkers, feast on. We got to the bottom of the third. The Rays lead 4-1. Zobrist takes a pitch away for ball one. That big pop-up, that major league and then some pop-up off the bat of Jose Bautista. A towering pop in the top half of this inning that actually did hit the A-ring. And Sean Rodriguez stayed with it and made the adjustment to make the catch. That ball still very much playable once it comes in contact with the A or B rings in fair territory. It was strike to Zobrist, and the count is now 1-2. So Bautista, big pop out there, handled by Sean Rodriguez. Zobrist went around on the appeal down to Gary Cederstrom, and Zobrist is not happy. He thought he checked.
Man, that was an aggressive call there by Cederstrom on a breaking ball down and in. Let's take a look and see what we got. And Zobrist's a pretty honest guy. That's close. That is close. You know, usually you're used to seeing the swing a little bit more horizontal. It was like a reverse vertical. I'm confused. But
boy, I am too.
Well, you know,
but it's not
usually
the
swing, right? Level swing. That you're going down. So.
Yep.
Anyway.
Want to know the count to Casey Kochman. Breaking ball, and this one is hit a ton. Thames back to the wall and gone. Home run by Casey Kochman. The Rays get the run back, and they lead again by 4. It's 5-1. Kochman's 5th home run of the year, the 2nd hit tonight by the Rays.
Now Casey Kochman just got a hanger. Just explode into this pitch. Get the foot down a little bit early, but the hands stay back. Watch the foot down, hands are still back, and then quick.
The Rays with a couple long ones tonight. Pitch from Villanueva's in there for a strike. Casey made a bid for at least a base hit and maybe a double toward right center field in the second when Thames made the catch. He hit this one over Thames' head and up into the seats for the home run. The Rays have 5 runs, 6 hits now. It's coming on the heels of last night's frustrating 3-1 loss when they were limited to just 3 hits. And only 1 until the 9th when they picked up 2 hits with 2 outs in the 9th. Ground ball down to third. Bautista makes the throw to first. That'll be out number 2. Now Matt Joyce hits with 2 outs and the base is empty. Singled and scored his first time. Pitch is up. 1 ball, no strikes. You know, we're talking about the 6-man rotation. We were interrupted by the end of the inning. The Rays not the only team this year that has utilized the 6-man rotation. It's 1-1, and in fact, at one time or another, quite a few teams, including the Yankees and the Red Sox, in the AL East have done that. Ozzie Guillen up with the White Sox had that going for about a 3-week period with their club. I think over in the National League, the Braves and the Giants have toyed with that idea. And Kansas City, I think before the All-Star break, ran their rotation once or twice, I think, with 6 men. Pitch is down 2-2. I mean, it's a big step. There's no question for the reasons that that you point out, BA. These starting pitchers do want to get that routine, and you know that better than anybody.
Well, here's the thing, though. Those details can be worked out. I mean, over time, if that becomes the standard, like you said, when it went from 4 to 5, there was the same pushback for the same reasons that I brought up. However, guys get over it. They get into a new routine, and if you're consistent, you can work through it. The question for me would be, can you find 6 quality starters to make it worthwhile? Sure. That, I think, will be a bigger issue than guys getting used to a routine.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. There's a liner in the right field, headed toward the corner. One hop. Thames plays the carom. Joyce on his way to second with a stand-up double, and he is 2 for 2 now. Yeah, I think that's absolutely a concern. Where are you going to find 6 starters to fill out that rotation? Like Earl Weaver said when they went to 5. Easier to find 4 starters than 5. Well, in most cases, it's difficult to find 5 starters now for teams. And I think that's exactly the reason that you won't see a lot of teams with a 6-man rotation. They just can't find 6 starting pitchers at any given time. Now Sean Rodriguez pitches down. The other side of that is at one point it was not all that uncommon for a pitcher to make 40 starts in a regular season, but that's all disappeared.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's why you can, if you had 6 quality starters and you said this is how we're going to implement it, these are going to be our work days, this is how we're going to do it, guys may not like it, but they would get used to it, accept it, and move on. The problem is finding the quality of pitcher to be able to do it. Because you're right, it went from the norm being 40-some starts, and now you hope to get 33, 34, mid-30s if you're a...
Oh, Rodriguez hit by that pitch.
There might have been some purpose to that.
Well, the Rays with a 4-run second and another run here in the third.
Villanueva has not been missing by a whole lot, and that right there, you see a pitcher dot a guy in the middle of the back, and Sean knows. He'll say that I got away from him, but only because he meant it to.
Yeah, in the early 70s, before they went to, even after a year or so after the Dodgers started going with 5 men in the rotation, you'd have a dozen pitchers make 40 starts. Boy, Chirinos hits this one a ton. Back into deep left, and that one is gone. A changeup, and Chirinos hits a 3-run home run. He has 4 runs batted in tonight. And the Rays have come out swinging. They've come out swinging, and they've come out bunting. And they have an 8-1 lead.
Well, Robinson Chirinos with the first home run of his career right after Sean Rodriguez gets drilled. Look at this ball. That is just meat. Middle of the plate. Up. Chirinos. High and far.
So the Rays with another 4-run inning. Robinson Chirinos hitting his first Major League home run. A 3-run shot. Desmond Jennings up there 1-0. You see Jesse Lynch throwing in the bullpen. Two and 0 the count now. Two and 1. 2 home runs in this inning. Zobrist hit 1 in the second. Kochman and Chirinos have hit home runs in the third. Pitch a strike to Jennings. 2-2. Desmond bunted his way on in the second inning. And he hits one back into deep right center field. That's got some carry. In between Rasmus and Thames. Jennings already on his way to third, and he'll slow up standing at third with a triple. Desmond Jennings picking up his second triple of the year already.
Easiest triple that you'll see. That ball was a high fly ball out to right center field, and as it caromed off the wall, Desmond was already at second base. Right there again, hard out of the box. Outrunning the baseball. Ball caroms off the bottom of the wall, and Desmond's already right there.
Jennings with the triple, hustling all the way, as we see him do all the time. Pitching change coming. Rays up by 7. Two-thirds, gives up 9 hits, 8 runs, and is responsible for a man at third as Jesse Litch enters the game.
It comes on for the 10th time, and already 7 decisions. 47 in the third innings.
And the pitch is a strike call to Johnny Damon. Damon drove in a run with a fly ball to center in the second. Is behind in the count now, 0-2. Litch had him out in front. Four runs in the second, 4 runs here in the third. Swing and a miss. Throw down from Aaron Sebia to Lynn to retire the side on the strikeout. But the Rays have another big inning. They score 4. Kochman started it with a solo home run, and Chirinos finished it with a 3-run home run. Fourth inning. James Shields' battery mate, Robinson Chirinos, giving him 4 runs batted in tonight to work with. Our AT&T trivia question: since 1980, what pitcher with at least 23 starts has the lowest single season ERA without a winning record? Shields in, making his 23rd start tonight. He's 9-9 with a 3.03. Adam Lynn takes a strike to start the 4th inning. And lifts a fly ball into center. Shallow center, and that's caught for out number 1. Let's check in now with Todd Callis.
It is Ask the Announcer on website Wednesday. We encourage you to go to foxsportsflorida.com and click on Game Connect. We're still working through the system here, but we've got 5 different people that have a question involving players that are going to be back next year. Whether you think Casey Kochman will be back, whether you think Johnny Damon will be back, and also B.J. Upton for the future. Barbara, Cindy, Ernest, Jose Benjamin. Guys, take it away.
A pitch to the next hitter here, Encarnacion, in there for a strike, and the count is 1-1. And right back with a breaking ball for strike 2. But you know, that's a great question, because when you look at those 2 hitters, Ben Zobrist leads the team in total hits, but it's Damon and Kochman coming up next. 1 ball and 2 strikes. So, and they both would love to stay here for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, that's the thing. You've got, one side is interested in coming back, and you'll see what the Rays' position is. Casey Kochman probably looks at this organization as, hey, they took a chance on me, gave me a chance to play and to have this kind of a comeback season that he's had. And Johnny Damon, Shields right there, keeping that ball down in the zone, getting the swing and a miss for out number 2. And then Johnny Damon getting the opportunity to come back home and play. He'd love to stay here, at least for the next couple of years. And so it's just a matter of working out the details in the offseason. But the players want to stay. We'll see. I mean, they've been a big part of this the success that this team's had.
Thames takes a strike. Well, there's no question that Kochman would love to come back. He's from Seminole, went to high school at Seminole, and really when he was drafted, picked by the Angels, but he would love to have been drafted by this club to come up through the system and play here, and they have given him an opportunity, and he certainly paid them back the confidence they had there as he stays loose there. I'm going to work on some of those windmills myself. It's like
active yoga.
Good idea. Yeah. 1-2 the count to Thames, and he is out on strikes. 1, 2, 3 inning. We'll have a little bit more on those 2 hitters when we come back. Rays lead 8-1. Your question brought to you by AT&T. Since 1980, Which pitcher with at least 23 starts had the lowest single season ERA without a winning record? And the answer to that would be Joe McGrain with the Cardinals. In 1988, he led the major leagues in earned run average with a .218 and went 5-9. And if memory serves me right, 3 shutouts. So 3 shutouts of the 5 wins, and leading the major league in earned run average.
I mean, that's buzzard luck.
Wow. That. Aaron Hill takes a strike.
Hey, thanks, guys. At least we know one guy was showing up.
This pitch is down 1-1. There were great, I mean, some great pitchers on the list who've gone through that. Of course, it's appropriate tonight with Shields pitching so well this year. He's 9-9 with a 3.03 earned run average. It's a ball and 2-strike count here to Evan Longoria. Longoria followed by Zobrist and Kochman. See Litch out there. The pitch is down 2-2. So McGrain 5-9 with a .218, and Oral Hershiser in '89 won 15 and lost 15 with a .231. Pitch is down, and it's 3-2 to Evan. I tell you who's really interesting is Nolan Ryan. In 1987 was 8-16 with a .276 earned run average. Full count to Evan. Fouled off that 3-2 pitch. And ball 4. So Evan draws the walk. It's the first walk the Rays have drawn. They got 8 runs on 9 hits off Villanueva. Hit 3 home runs off him. They had 3 homers, a triple, a double, 2 regular base hits, and 2 bunt base hits. So they ran the gamut and everything off Villanueva except the walk. And here's Ben Zobrist, who opened the scoring with a home run, a leadoff homer in the 2nd inning. He lines this one into center, and it's going to stay up. Rasmus makes the catch. You know, the other thing about that question regarding Kochman and Damon. Damon pretty much has been the DH for the Rays, and he's been as productive. That was a difficult spot for the Rays to fill. Kochman. Pitch to him is low. A ball, no strikes. Our Southern Ford Dealers leaderboard tonight. 2 of the top 5 hitters. Kochman number 3 and Bautista 4th. Adrian Gonzalez at 356, leading the league in hitting. The count is 1-1 to Kochman. It's been a great comeback story here for Casey Kochman. And Jose Bautista has been a great story over the last almost 2 years now. Not only was Bautista so dominant last year, but that started to show at the end of the previous season in '09. And he just carried that right over and had that breakout season last year. And is leading the majors in home runs this year. Kochman back to the mound. Litch to second. Escobar out there and over to Lind. That's a 1-6-3 double play. We're through 4. Go to the 5th. 8-1 Rays. Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. Robinson Chirinos belting his first major league home run. 3-run blast in the third. And as Robinson gives the Rays the edge, you can keep your edge with Just for Men, Mustache and Beard. On to the 5th inning. Shields and the Rays with a 7-run lead. His first pitch. It's a little bit high to Aaron Hill. A ball to no strikes. The Red Sox have taken a 3-2 lead after 4 over the Indians. That game at Fenway. There's a strike. Boston scored a run on a fielder's choice to take that 3-2 lead. Cleveland's now hitting in the top of the 5th. 2-1. And the Yankees have grabbed a 4-0 lead in the first inning at Chicago over the White Sox. 2-2 the count to Hill. Robinson Cano hit a 3-run home run, his 17th home run of the year. A little bit inside right there, not by much. Full count. It was Hill who had that 11 pitch at bat in the 2nd inning before he walked. Fly ball to center field this time, and that is out number 1.
Really like here too with the Rays offense humming right along. James Shields just continues to work quickly and get quick outs. Had that extended 2nd inning. He's come out in the 3rd and 4th, attacking the zone, making quick work of these Blue Jays, giving his offense an opportunity to continue to add on.
Travis Snyder swings through the first pitch, a fastball. That's a strike. Ground ball headed to second. Zobrist right there. 2 up, 2 down.
Well, fans, experience a Rays game from the all-inclusive Whitney Bank Club, offering extraordinary seating and luxurious lounge and dining areas. The Whitney Bank Club features an upscale full-menu buffet and inclusive drink options. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or go to raysbaseball.com to purchase tickets or just for more information.
Hey, we'll be there tomorrow after the game.
Yes, we will.
Joe Madden's Summer Social. It's sold out. So you're going to have to pick another time to come if you're going to enjoy the Whitney Bank Club. Ground ball 3rd to 1st off the bat of Aaron Sebia. 3 up, 3 down. Bottom of the 5th coming. 8-1 Tampa Bay. We head into the bottom of the 5th inning. Rays scored 4 times in the 2nd. 4 times in the third, all off the starter Villanueva. Jesse Lynch took over. He got the final out in the third. Struck out Damon, then walked Longoria to open the fourth. Zobrist lined out, and Kochman grounded into a double play. So we go to the Rays half of the fifth. 8-9-0 for the Rays. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Toronto. Aaron Sebia, the only hit for the Blue Jays, his 18th home run. Rays center fielder leads it off here in the 5th inning. He takes the pitch down. 1 ball, no strikes. Bounding ball foul. Rays and the Blue Jays wrap up their current series tomorrow. It's a 12-10 first pitch. Wade Davis will be after his 9th win of the year, and the Rays will face a lefty in Brett Cecil, who is 4-4. Wade 8-7 on the year. A game, and then Oakland in for the weekend. And a swing and a miss, up and out on strikes.
Now Jesse Lynch working down in the zone to BJ, sinking the ball 87, 88 miles an hour. And then pops one up in the zone right here. See those pitches are down, down, and then boom. 91 right at the top. Gets the swing, change the eye level.
Here's Matt Joyce. Takes the pitch on the inside part of the plate. It's a strike. Joyce 2 for 2 tonight. It's inside. And there's the strike. Well, given his tendency over the last couple of months to pull the ball, the Blue Jays defense plays him that way. Bautista's way off third base.
Well, they're also pitching him in. So you got a guy who likes to pull, you play him to pull, and then you pitch him in. It's probably about as close to guaranteeing a ball hit to the right side as you can get.
The breaking ball stays away. So a full count. Ground ball, first base. Lind with a toss to Lynch. 2 gone. Now Sean Rodriguez comes on. With a couple of runs scored tonight and a run batted in. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. Has been on the disabled list a couple times this year. Breaking pitch for a strike, and
wow.
It's 1-2.
Wow.
How about that?
That almost bounced.
The fans back of the plate thinking back to the second inning on the pitch made to Hill.
And I know Fox Tracks says that's a strike, but you show me the next curveball the catcher catches on the dirt that's called a strike. Why not?
Pitch down there.
It's close.
And it's 2-2.
Joe's thrilled.
Yeah, he's not liking the calling of the balls and strikes right now. I think he said fiddlesticks.
Need the black bar to come out.
2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Sean Rodriguez. There's a shot to center field. Rasmus back near the track and on the track makes the catch to retire the side. We're through 5 and the Rays lead 8-1. Ben Zobrist belted a homer to begin the bottom of the second. The Rays played long ball and little ball. A couple of bunts in on the act there. Took a 4-0 lead. Aaron Sebia hit a home run to make it 4-1, and the Rays got 4 more on Kochman's homer in the third, and a 3-run shot by Robinson Chirinos, his first big league home run to cap a second 4-run inning. And that gave the Rays an 8-1 lead. They carry that lead into the 6th. Yanel Escobar leads off. Bounces one to third. Longoria makes the long throw, and it's there in time. Escobar is the first out of the 6th inning. So 1 out. And the bases are empty. I have a question on the Game Connect buzz from Tony in Seminole. What's it going to take to be able to use instant replay in baseball? Do you think it will ever happen? Of course, there is limited replay now, but I think we will see a little bit more use of the replay. Rasmus takes a pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. You're not going to see it wholesale, and they'll figure out a way to limit how many incidents that we see replay employed on. To me, the easiest way to do that is to give a manager, give him 1 call a game on the replay. It's almost like throwing out a flag, and that's going to be at his discretion. And if he's wrong the first time, maybe he doesn't get one again, but if he's right, then he retains the opportunity to challenge another call later on. And that way you limit it to the number of times you can utilize that, and you'd better be right before you use it, otherwise you lose it. Full count now on Rasmus, and so I think that would address, you almost make a strategic move out of that, and then you address the argument that, well, you can't use it all the time because you do nothing but replay every play.
You could, and that's the thing. Yeah, you're right. You have to limit it in some fashion. Good change up there by Shields to get the strikeout on Rasmus. You definitely have to limit it because baseball is such a bang-bang. You know, every play at first can be close. I mean, you can contest almost every stolen base, every slide at a bag. You could be out there all day, and you know, you've got a game that, you know, it has a tendency to lag from time to time, and you know, people complain about the lack of action, and you know, there's obviously more that goes into that, nuances of the game. But yeah, you've got to limit it. And I like the idea that you said of almost a challenge type situation while still keeping with what is going to be, you know, looked at now anyway, home run calls that they're going to take a peek at. You keep that in place. You give the managers a challenge. You limit it that way. And you're right. Then it becomes strategic. If it's a bang-bang play early in the game, is that worth a challenge as opposed to saving it for later on?
I think it would really add to the game if you did it that way, and you limit it. So that's how, I mean, nobody's really asked us what we would do or how to do it, but that's how I do it. It just makes sense to me.
Well, and yet the technology is there.
Yeah.
The camera angles are there. You know, it's all there to be able to do it. Now, can you do it and still not affect the flow of the game? And the answer is yes, then you go for it.
Yeah, I think you can. And you're still going to have the human element. Hey, these umpires, you know, there was I saw a few years ago, I think it was the 07 or 08 season, how many balls and strikes they get right.
Yeah.
And it's incredible, you know, how many decisions they have to make and how many times they're right. I mean, they're the best umpires on the planet. And as frustrating as it may be for a pitcher or a hitter or managers or so forth, and fans, certainly fans, they're still very, very good at what they do, and so you still have the human element. But there are going to be chances that opportunities that come up where, for one reason or another, they're not going to get a good look at it. And the idea, the credo should always be get it right. Do whatever you can to get it right. And I think it maintains the credibility of the game that way. So that's what I do. I just give them a challenge. Take what you do now and give them a challenge. And if you're right, you keep it. And if you're wrong, then you lose it. So you'd be judicious with the way you would use that challenge. 1-0 the count to Adam Lynn. Foul out of play. 1-1. Texas and the Tigers in Detroit. They're tied 3-3, top of the fifth. Pfister's making his Tiger debut. Matt Harrison pitching for Texas tonight. Hot shot foul down toward the bullpen and beyond. And a mad dash. One ball, two strikes. Shields working 2 outs here in the sixth. 2-2 to Lynn. The Rays came into this game wanting some offense, scoring 1 run last night on 3 hits, and they have 8 runs and 9 hits tonight. And a changeup. Lind is out in front. He strikes out. We go to the home half of inning 6, and it's 8-1 Tampa Bay.
Chirinos will lead things off. He had a home run his last time up. And here in section 145, with all these adults around him, 10-year-old Torin ended up catching the home run. How'd you do that?
My Aunt Becky just got hit by the ball, and it bounced off her leg, and I got it.
Is your Aunt Becky okay?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's good news. So Robinson Chirinos hits the home run. When you saw it coming, did you think it was going to land right here?
Yeah, I thought it was going to hit me right in the head and knock me out cold.
Have you ever caught a foul ball or a home run in your 10 years of life?
Yeah, I caught one, and I just caught one here. Then I caught one in Cincinnati at the Reds game.
He's from Indiana, guys, but look at the gear. Show off. You got Ray's batting glove, Ray's arm sleeve, a B.J. Upton Rays T-shirt. How's a kid who lives in Indiana, and a Tampa Bay Rays cap, such a big Rays fan?
I don't know. I just watch them all the time and try to see what they're doing right so I can do right in baseball games.
Well, Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson are great teachers that way. Now, what position do you play if you caught Robinson Chirinos' home run? In baseball, what's your position?
I play every position, but my favorite one is catcher.
And now you don't have the baseball with you right now, so you traded it in, right? Mm-hmm. And what are you going to get back? Do you know yet?
They said that they would probably give me a bat and a ball that's autographed.
Nice. This is a good day, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Torin, congratulations on catching the home run. I don't know how he did it. He's the youngest one and the smallest one in this whole section, but somehow he caught the home run. Nice job, Torin. And have a good trip down here in Florida, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Guys, back to you.
All right, well, I know how he did it. He played the carom off Aunt Becky's leg.
Yeah, right. It's called baseball instinct.
Yeah.
You anticipate.
Absolutely. So he loves to catch, and he caught that ball off the bat of the Rays catcher, Robinson Chirinos. Now Chirinos has walked to open the home half of the sixth. Jennings takes a look at a strike, a curveball down around the knees. So the Rays put the leadoff man aboard. Pitch is down, and it's 1-1. White Sox scored a run in the bottom of the first. It's New York 4 and Chicago 1 in the top of the second. That's a strike. Now 1-2. Carlos Quentin at a sacrifice fly to drive in the run for the White Sox. Bit close. A breaking ball that stayed up and in. 2-2. And strike 3 called. It's down around the knees. So Jennings caught looking.
Well, we have seen the strike zone from Adrian Johnson here open up low. This ball typically not called a strike. You can see it's awfully close. A lot of late dip there at the end on that slider, and precedent has been set.
Here's Johnny Damon. That's a strike on the knees. Yeah, the strike zone wasn't quite that low early, but it's gotten that way recently.
Absolutely. I mean, we remember early in the ballgame, James Shields with a walk.
He walked Eric Thames on a pitch that was clearly a strike and not even borderline.
A lot higher than those.
Yeah, absolutely. One the count. Popped up, foul ball. Aaron Sebia after it, and that ball is going to be out of play. Back in the third row, and a big hop there.
Aaron Sebia going with the old school lines shaved into the side of the head. MC Hammerish.
That's now old school.
Isn't that sad?
I mean,
I'll tell you what's sad. I'll tell you what's sad right now. It's turning on classic rock station and listening to Guns N' Roses. I mean, come on. When did they become classic rock? Although I will say this.
The pitch is
Good, no action. I will say this. You take Appetite for Destruction right now today, and you put that out there, you re-release that album, and it's still relevant.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the top of all time, if not the top.
Yeah. I feel the same way about
don't we?
Three Dog Night and Frank Sinatra.
Frank Sinatra.
David is out in front. Sure. I mean, there's great relevancy there.
But what?
And hey, and he was even before my time. I know it's hard for you to believe, but I saw relevance in him when people my own age didn't. You know, back almost before electricity
Dwayne,
and things like that.
Always been ahead of the curve.
Here's Evan Longoria. Yeah, ahead of the curve to the point where I could never hit one from the time I was about 15.
But it doesn't matter because, you know, when what was it, last year, the year before, when the mustache was making a comeback, you just sat back and said, you know what? It's been here the whole time, fellas.
That's right.
It's been here the whole time.
Right. Come on down.
That's right. You're welcome. You're welcome at my table.
And the pitch is wide. Not only that, there are about 35 double-breasted suits
in your closet.
It's in my closet, just waiting.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, one walks out, makes an appearance.
Even ones with a dragon on it.
Just to maintain the classic style. Foul ball back. It's 2-1.
There's just something about you in a velvet booth that just fits. Just fits. Red velvet, half moon shape, you tucked in the back.
A 2-1 count. It's popped up. Foul ball, and that one will wind up out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. There's just such a booth you're talking about in Toronto. Just trying to widen your horizons a little bit.
Yes, you are. Yeah. I've been resistant.
I know. You're going to have to, late night menu.
Late night with the Rays?
Great live music. Yeah, well, we've been through late night with the Rays and then some. Swing and a miss. Longoria is out on strikes. We're through 6, on to the 7th. 8-1 Tampa Bay. 6 good innings are Toyota trend the inside look. Some good movement on that changeup there, and another one. And that's the first pitch of the 7th.
And how quickly he's been working. I mean, get it and throw it, not wasting any time. He does have the 3 walks, but nothing else. One mistake pitch to Aaron Sebia that wasn't even that bad of a pitch down and in, but he just dropped the head on it.
Yeah, and when you look at the walks, you know, he actually had Thames struck out.
Yeah.
And then Hill had that 11 pitch at bat that followed, and really battled, and finally drew the walk. So this has been a nice comeback appearance for Shields. Coming off his last start. The Blue Jays have been playing well, winning 5 of their last 6. And he has Encarnacion reaching. Popped him up on the chain.
Yeah, you want to see a guy out in front and reaching. You talk about lazy pop-ups on a changeup. That's your at-bat right there. Good changeup, middle of the plate down, and watch this. Out in front, reaching. I mean, that's it. That's textbook. And a weak pop-up in the infield. Body commits. Arms are late.
Pitch down and in to Thames. You know, these two teams, we mentioned it briefly last night. They've just played a ton of close games. Big cut to miss. Thames just trying to hit one as far as he could hit it with that cut. It's 1-1. Upstairs, so this is one of the few lopsided scores that we've seen in the season series. Most of their games decided by 1 or 2 runs. A big cut, 2-2. Foul. You know, they've had they're 5-4. The Rays are against Toronto this year. And if you go a game into last year, there's a swing and a miss, and Thames missed the changeup. He's out on strikes. The Rays have had all of these games now, counting last night, 10 consecutive games with the Rays decided by 1 or 2 runs. Not tonight so far.
Well, get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast, so act now to make your private group reservation behind the Rays bullpen by calling 888-FAN-RAYS or going online at raysbaseball.com.
And Aaron Hill lines a base hit over the head of Rodriguez. So he's on for the second time, and that's hit number 2 given up by Shields. Travis Snyder about to step in. So when these two teams come into this game separated by a half game, it gives you an idea how evenly matched they are.
Over the course of 4+ months of this season. And
that's going to be a fair ball. Chirinos with the toss down to first to retire the side. 7th inning stretch time at the ballpark. The Rays lead this game 8-1.
We've got ourselves an A1 game, 7th inning stretch here at Tropicana Field. Time now for another question on website Wednesday, Ask the Announcer. And you can go to foxsportsflorida.com, click on Game Connect to ask the question. A viewer wants to know about Sean Rodriguez. Paul from St. Pete wants to know about Sean Rodriguez getting hit by a pitch. At the time, BA mentioned it might have been intentional, and Paul was just wondering why that was. Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, very good. And I'm going to defer to you, BA, because if there was any hitting batters on purpose, you would know more about that than I would.
Well, I mean, first of all, what tipped it off is Villanueva. While he wasn't very sharp with his command, he wasn't missing like that. I mean, that's a ball that looked like it was intentionally thrown up and in, got Sean Rodriguez right in the middle of the back. Of course, you know, the Blue Jays and Villanueva are going to say otherwise, that it got away from him. However, I think he got him on purpose, and it could have been just nothing more than being frustrated. You give up 4 runs in the 2nd inning, gave up a leadoff home run to Ben Zobrist in the 3rd. Now, you can't convince me that pitch right there is not on purpose. I mean, that's just how you do it. You keep it from the shoulders to the waist, 4-seam it right up in there, and Sean Rodriguez, I think, with that look on his face, tells you that he knows that he got thrown at on purpose. So, you know, I mean, I think that's what it is. 4 runs in the 2nd, a leadoff home run in the 3rd, a double to Matt Joyce, frustrated. Sean Rodriguez, remember, is the guy that put the bunt down, the first and third bunt situation. Not like there was anything wrong with that, but he just happened to be wrong guy, wrong place at the wrong time, and he'd have a bruise to show for it, in my humble opinion.
That's a good opinion. In the meantime, Will Ledesma is the new pitcher, the 3rd pitcher of the night for the Toronto Blue Jays. He follows Villanueva and Litch to the hill. 1-2 the count to Ben Zobrist, who leads it off. Ben hitting right-handed here against the lefty. And the pitch inside, so the count is 2-2. Rays with that 4-run 2nd inning, and then the 4-run 3rd. All 8 runs charged to the starting pitcher Villanueva. A couple of other changes for the Blue Jay defensive setup. We'll get to that in a moment. Ground ball shortstop, backhanded by Escobar, and a long throw. Safe at first to call. That's a base hit for Ben Zobrist. And the Rays are in double figures in the hit department with 10. Escobar scooped, but could not get a lot on the throw.
Yeah, too far to go in the hole. And Ben Zobrist, he's not a speed demon, but he runs well. He runs hard. Escobar just too far to go, range to get that ball, and then having to throw back across your body. It's a long throw.
Martian scooped it over at first on the reception. He's taken over there for Lynn. John McDonald is now playing 3rd base. Kotzman, a ground ball up the middle, and there's a base hit into center. Zobrist stops at 2nd. So the Rays put their first 2 men aboard here in the bottom of the 7th inning against the left-hander Ledesma. So an infield hit, and then the base hit to center. The Rays have 11 hits tonight. That's 9 infield hits for Ben Zobrist, by the way. So the Rays threaten to get more. And the Rays center fielder takes the pitch for a strike. Litch pitched 3 1/3 scoreless, had 5 strikeouts and a couple of walks in the mix. And now Ledesma touched for 2 hits, and the Rays have another threat. It's upstairs, and it's 1-1. Yankees have opened an 8-1 lead on the White Sox. Games in the top of the 3rd in Chicago. Boston tied 3-3 with Cleveland. The Indians batting in the top of the 7th at Fenway. Pitch in and all the way to the backstop. Aaron Sebia plays the carom. Well, that was a tight pitch. And Zobrist and Kochman move up 90 feet. Both men now in scoring position. Well, you see a lot of wild pitches in the dirt. But that one between the Rays hitter and the plate and up. The cut, the miss. That fastball, something extra on that one, up out of the strike zone, and it squares the count at 2-2. Fouled back and out of play. They're going to charge Aaron Sebia with a pass ball on that pitch that was up. Ledesma really cut loose with that pitch. That will be the 9th pass ball of the year charged to Aaron Sebia. Cut to miss. Another fastball up out of the strike zone. And Ledesma picks up his first strikeout. The first out of this inning.
Now just a fastball up in the zone. You see where that was. He was trying to work B.J. Upton. The hard stuff up. He does get the swing. Runners on second and third here, and nobody out. It's a big strikeout. Let's see the Rays offensively jumped out early. Like to see him stay consistent through this game and tack on the runs when they're given the opportunity to do so.
Matt Joyce tried to check, and that's in there at strike. Joyce and his left-handed bat matched up against the hard-throwing left-hander Will Ledesma. Miss. This hard stuff again by Ledesma, and it's 0-2. Zobrist third, Kochman second, and the 2-strike pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Ledesma had been at Las Vegas. So 34 games down there with a .463 earned run average. Tap foul. Holds the count at 1-2. Down in Vegas playing for the 51s. Second appearance for the Blue Jays. Pitched a week ago against Baltimore. Two men in scoring position. Joyce 2 out of 3 on the night, and down the ball, 2 strikes in the count. And that will even it at 2-2. Rays dropped the first game last night, 3-1. They lead 8-1 tonight, and a 12-10 first pitch tomorrow. It's foul the other way. Well, he's consistently at 95 with that fastball.
Yeah, big arm on the lefty.
Rays last year. You talk about close season series, 5-4 this year with all of the games being settled by 1 or 2 runs. The Rays were 10-8 against this club last year. 2-2, and Joyce did not go this time. Gary Cederstrom on the appeal says he held up, so the count is full.
Here's a look at it. Taking it right to the edge.
Well, Rays may have gotten a bit of a break there. 3-2. And a soft liner into center, dropping for a base hit. Zobrist will score. Kotzman was going to hold to make sure the ball dropped in, so he advances to third and stops. And Joyce singles off the left-hander, driving in a run. It's 9-1.
Well, an extended at bat there for Joyce. Saw a lot of pitches after falling down early, and then gets one right here off the end of the bat. It's a fastball for a strike, and he just stays down and through that baseball. Another base hit for Matt Joyce tonight. Another run for the Rays.
Well, Sean Rodriguez due, but Elliott Johnson will hit for him with the Rays leading 9-1. Elliott Johnson will get a chance to swing the bat from the right side, face the left-hander Ledesma. Elliott fouls the first pitch for a strike. So Kotzman's at third, Joyce at first. Strike 2 call to Johnson. That base hit for Kotzman, his third in as many at-bats against Ledesma. How about that?
And he didn't waste any time either. First pitch fastball right back up the middle.
And Johnson is out on strikes. Second strikeout of the inning for Ledesma.
Well, that's a tough way to come off the bench there if you're Elliott Johnson. Get a fastball mid-90s in, a changeup away, and then a high-powered fastball right down the middle, strike 3. Thanks, Joe.
Now Robinson Chirinos, who hit his first big league home run in the third. Pitch is high. And Joyce moves into second base on indifference. And it's 9-1 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. I don't know what's going through John Farrell's mind now in reaction to that move.
I could imagine that it's more of the Villanueva to Sean Rodriguez types of pitches you may see here after that move.
1-1 the count to Chirinos. Upstairs. Well, this is turning out to be an extended inning with a left-hander Ledesma. Pitch inning for Ledesma. And it's down 3-1 now. Well, Chirinos put down a bunt in the second that got a run home. He hit the 3-run home run in the third and walked in the 6th. And he's in a hitter's count here, 3-1. And walks. So the bases are going to be loaded for the Rays.
And a lot of pitches here by Ledesma. He really falls off. think that's what keeps him from having good enough command to stick in the big leagues, because he certainly has a big league arm. Boy, oh boy, very inconsistent with his release points. Body kind of flying open a little bit, rushing to the plate. Not able to throw strikes consistently.
Desmond Jennings with him loaded. And he swings through the first pitch, a fastball. That's a strike.
You notice all the fastballs, too, that have been swung through by Rays hitters. They're all up. They're all, you know, out over the plate and elevated fastballs.
Drops this one in. That is a change.
It's a very good change. It's the same one that he threw to strike 2 on Elliott Johnson.
And it's a 2-strike count.
You figure with that changeup and the plus fastball that he has, you say to yourself, why is this guy in AAA? And he's left-handed.
And Jennings is out on strikes right there. Had a little break in that one. Rays add a run and lead 9-1.
Of the evening, the Rays have gone to a 6-man rotation, and your choices are 3. Do you like it? Because it gives some guys rest. Do you not like it because it's too much time between starts? Or TB3, too soon to tell? Text your votes to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply. We'll have the results in our Rays Live postgame show. The next question comes from Mary in Minneapolis. Also, Tyler wanted to know about, with that 6-man rotation, 6 quality starters already in play for the Rays. So what about Matt Moore? Is there any possibility that Matt Moore and that ERA that you see there could factor into the Rays next season? Guys, back to you.
Boy, those are some pretty good questions. The 1-0 pitch, Aaron Sebia. It's a high pop foul down near the bullpen, and it's going to be caught by Desmond Jennings. That's the first out here in the 8th inning. Well, you know, the Rays, as a rule, are very cautious about bringing their talent to the major leagues, and Desmond Jennings is a pretty good example of that. And, you know, to establish that basic ground rules is not bad. All of these young players and pitchers coming up here to strike to Escobar, when they get here, they know that they've earned it. I mean, nobody is handing them a major league job anymore. And that's a very important mindset to have in an organization.
And it goes past the talent. I mean, there's a lot of big league talent that's not ready for the big leagues because it's a different ball game up here. The grind, the scrutiny, you know, the day-to-day. It's just it's a different level of baseball. The fact that there, you know, there's video, the scouting reports, stuff that you're just not. you're not exposed to in AAA. I mean, even down there, you don't get the same kind of breakdowns on guys that you get up here. So you got to be emotionally ready for it and everything that goes with being a big leaguer. So you're right, but Matt Moore has certainly been impressive.
This one off the glove of Johnson and threw into center field. A base hit for Escobar as he rolls it through the middle. That's the third hit of the night for Toronto. And with that, Joe Madden pops out of the dugout. Jake McGee has been loosening in the bullpen. The Rays have a 9-1 lead. One out here in the 8th. James Shields will depart and get a good hand. He departs with a 9-1 lead. Responsible for a man aboard. Up to 112 pitches and a very good outing tonight for Shields. Limiting the Toronto lineup to just 3 hits. And now Jake McGee comes on to face Colby Rasmus. Line drive, that's going to be over the head of Zobrist into right for a base hit. Escobar is going to go to third, and it will be first and third with 1 out. Now John McDonald will bat. He's in the spot originally occupied by Jose Bautista. 2 men on, 1 gone. So 4 hits now for the Blue Jays. The Yankees lead the White Sox 13-1. New York with a 7-run third. Strike 1. He pitched an inning Sunday in Seattle. Fastball at 95. This is outside. It's 1-1.
Something we've seen a lot from Jake McGee since his return to the Rays. Big fastball, good numbers on that. An improving breaking ball.
Two balls and a strike. nice action on it.
It did. It had late action off the plate. It really started it right on the outside corner, just off, and ran it. 95-mile-an-hour velocity to go with it.
Fastball up at 97. McGee strikes out McDonald.
Now this one comes in a little bit. You see that swing. John McDonald trying to pull the trigger, get the hands through quickly. This ball just eats him up, just too hard. Too hard to hit that pitch.
You're right. Sometimes it's just too hard to hit that pitch. Not easy to win, sometimes too hard to win. The pitch is down. This is Tian hitting for the first time in this game. Evan Lind was 0 for 3. Tap to the right side. McGee backhands and flips to Kochman to retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Bottom of the 8th coming, 9-1 Tampa Bay. GMC dealers by Pepsi Max. Go to 2012springbaseball.com for a chance to win a trip for you and 9 friends. By 30 Minutes or Less in theaters August 12th, rated R. And by Mercedes-Benz, located on the web at MBUSA.com. Justin Ruziano is going to lead it off here, pinch hitting for Johnny Damon. And he faces the right-hander Sean Kemp. Want to know the count?
Sean on for the 46th time, 101 record, sinker slider.
1 ball, 1 strike. Eight runs off the starter Villanueva. 1 run off Ledesma in the 1 inning he worked. In between, Lynch 3 1/3 scoreless. Luciano on the ground to Escobar. His throw to Tian at first is on the money.
Stop into your local Hess Express and grab your 2011 Rays Pocket Schedule. That includes a $5 off coupon for a pair of lower-level tickets to see the Rays on Saturday nights. Hess Express is a presenting partner of the Rays 2011 Summer Concert Series at Tropicana Field.
Here's Evan Longoria. Outside. Evan 0 for 3 with a walk. center field. Snyder on the run. He's making the call and the catch. 2 outs. Base is empty, 2 gone. And Ben Zobrist, 2 for 4 on the night with a home run. He opened the Rays scoring with his 15th home run of the season back in the 2nd inning. Takes a pitch low. He homered off the starter, Villanueva.
After seeing the back-to-back changeup, that stayed middle of the plate. Full count pitch. Deposited.
Put on the ground to second. Hill is there and makes the throw to first. 1, 2, 3. Go the Rays. We head into the 9th. 9-1 Tampa Bay.
Of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
We go to the 9th with the Rays leading 9-1. Desmond Jennings moves in to play center field over from left, and Justin Ruggiano takes over in left field. He pinch hit for the DH Johnny Damon, so technically McGee will go into the 6th spot in the Rays lineup now. He's on to face Edwin Encarnacion. First pitch is a strike. Shields for 7 1/3. McGee 2/3. Finish off the 8th. And now he begins the 9th. Foul back. 0-2. Pitch in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Encarnacion started to go after that pitch, but it was off the plate end, and he was trying to catch up to it. He pops this one down the right side. That's going to drop a fair ball rolling toward the bullpen, and Encarnacion has a base hit, a 2-base hit as it turns out. So he leads off with the double.
No, he wasn't even. Edwin Encarnacion wasn't even sure where that ball was. Bad contact. It just kind of squibbed right down the right field line. He's trying to find it, and then realizes, hey, this thing may land fair. And he gets a double. Watch his reaction as the ball comes off the bat. trying to find that and then realizes, hey.
Got an extra base hit right
Yeah.
there. Now, Eric Thames. Strikeouts and a walk tonight for Thames. Pitch is a strike. Brandon Gomes is throwing in the Rays bullpen right now. Pitch is low. 1-1. Foul ball back. The fastball from McGee. There's the count to 1-2. Rays lead 9-1. Yankees lead the White Sox in Chicago 13-1. A swing and a miss. Fastball blown by Thames. That's the first out here in the 9th inning.
You see right here, I think that was actually a breaking ball that just hung.
I think it was. Exactly right.
That's your favorite. That's the backup.
Yeah.
The backup.
Boy, if you could perfect that, just
Yeah.
set it up.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be it for McGee. Call to the bullpen. We'll be back in a minute. Gives Brandon Gomes the call. Aaron Hill and his right-handed bat stepping in with Encarnacion at second and one out. Pitch a little bit outside. So one inning for McGee. He leaves with a man on. Outside. Gomes pitched an inning last night. High foul ball. Left side, and Ruggiano falls as he approached the bullpen mound and had no play.
Yeah, that can get tricky down there. I mean, you're running for a ball. You've got your eyes. You don't want to take your eyes off the ball because of the roof. And then all of a sudden, there's a mound out there. Look at his eyes. He's following it. Feet hit. I got it. And that face is perfect.
Two and one the count on Hill.
I vote for no use of Foxmo anymore when a player falls down unexpectedly.
I expected a splash at some time. 2-2 the count here to Hill. Zobrist at second. Over to third goes Encarnacion. 2 gone now. 9 runs for the Rays tonight. Matches a season high at home. They had 9 runs and 11 hits against the Red Sox on the 15th of July. They beat them 9-6. David Price got the win in that game, his 9th of the year. He was 9-7 at that point. Here's Travis Snyder. Pitch is outside. 1-0. One strike. Snyder struck out twice, is grounded out. Fly ball to center, and that will take care of that. Jennings makes the catch. And the Rays are winners tonight. It's a 9-1 final here as they even this current series at a game apiece. Shields will get his 10th win. A couple of 4-run innings and another run in the 7th. Rays win at 9-1. We'll be back in a moment.